Hello, hello. I have, I don't know, about an hour and 15 minutes. Then the rest of the day I'm busy. Before I get into the code with what happened to Robbie Coltrane, I want to give a big shout out to Benji, not my dog, a friend. Came to visit me today. He's from Kent, but he's in Yorkshire this weekend because he's going to do the York Marathon. And he came to my house today and made him a cup of tea. We had a great chat, went for a nice walk, cheeky beer, had a good laugh, and he's given me a few books which are going to blow my mind, it seems, about Revelation and about God. So much love to you, Ben. I know you're going to be watching this at some point, maybe not now because you're on your way to York. Just fantastic connection. Yesterday, I played football for my staff football team. I had a wonderful game. Wow, 2 in the live, 2 likes. I got 2 goals and 2 assists. And a guy smashed my calf, the same calf that got smashed the other week. But he did it by accident. This big buffoon lost his balance and ran into me and smashed his knee on my calf. It's like, my word. So yesterday I couldn't walk. I was supposed to be going out with all my mates. I stayed in and bought my brother Chinese chips and curry sauce and just had a bit of a laugh. So maybe a blessing in disguise, but supposed to be doing a 5K this morning. I can't run. I can barely walk at the moment. That should be all right in 24 hours. Hello, Monkey Music. How you doing, baby? Bradford in the house. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Bradford is a beautiful city. It really is a beautiful city. It gets a lot of shit, but when you actually break down Bradford, it's a glorious place. Sorry, mate, but that's the game you love. Yeah, it's part and parcel of the game. And I didn't get annoyed because I know the guy didn't mean to hurt me. Most of the time, people try and hurt me. He didn't. I didn't get angry with him. I should have come off because I could barely move, but I kept going. It's just who I am. I played before with a bone popping out of my knee. I just popped it back in. It was great seeing my old teachers, reminiscing, having a good laugh. Just brilliant, to be honest. And it was in Harrogate, a beautiful part of Yorkshire. Again, just a couple of shandies after the game, but I couldn't barely walk. And my mate Atkinson, who was playing up front with me, he actually pulled his calf about 15 minutes into the game. I said, I'm so gutted. I was so excited to play with you. But he assisted me for my first goal, which was nice. I felt like Michael Owen back in 1998, the goal that I got there. All right. Bradford has a lot of old school glamour. Yeah, there's so much beautiful architecture. There's a lot of good energy here, but it's been infiltrated by design. Just like England. England's so beautiful when you really break it down. It's just been ruined by design because there's so much energy here. All right. So, I'm gonna do, like I said, about an hour and 15 minutes. This evening I'm having a little like gathering for people that say goodbye to me, but it's just close family. Tonight I'm meeting Amy, my ex-girlfriend, but we're just super close. Nothing's gonna happen. Just have a great connection. And then Sunday I'm going to the Pennines for like a 3-hour walk if I can walk on this calf, with my really close friends. And then I've got my mate from Lancashire visiting me on Monday, and I'm meeting Katie. I've got all sorts of stuff going on. I'm going to meet Divine Feminine Living UK finally, but I'm going to meet her in London the day that I fly. So I fly at 10:30 p.m. Joey was supposed to come visit today, and somebody stole his wind mirror, so he's fuming with that. So he's not coming. I'm sad that he's not coming, but it opens my schedule up to be able to do this live stream right now. So I'm just going to break down the numbers with Robbie Coltrane's death. Again, the numbers I present doesn't necessarily mean this is why he died because of these numbers. It's just connections that I make, that I consistently make. Hey, Happy Face Man, I was just reading some of your comments. Amazing on my website. Thank you for sharing them. Hey, Surap, beautiful lady. Hope you're well. So I'll just go through the numbers that I put together. I think it's pretty interesting because I've told you so many of these deaths connect to the Catholic Church for whatever reason, but they do. The numbers connected to the Catholic Church, in particular with the Pope, who I say is the false prophet. So I'll just read out basically what I found, and it's pretty short. Oh, it's not that short actually, but Robbie Coltrane dies at age 72. So as I always do, I'll break down who he was. Anthony Robert Macmillan OBE. As soon as I see the OBE, that's it for me. Completely controlled. And again, pretty much anyone who stars in movies like James Bond and Harry Potter is completely controlled. So he was known professionally as Robbie Coltrane. And he was a Scottish actor. You know, Elizabeth just died in Scotland. Comedian and writer. Again, these celebrities, they have all these talents. They're actors, comedians, musicians, writers, producers. Who do you think's giving them that talent? I think it's Lucifer. He gained worldwide recognition. Again, that's down to Lucifer, not talent. As Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter film series, and as Valentine Dmitrovich Zukowski in the James Bond films GoldenEye and The World Is Not Enough. Again, the world is not enough. Satan pretty much owns this realm. He wants more, doesn't he? Lucifer wanted to be on level with God. So like the world is not enough. What he has here where he controls this reality, this realm, is not enough for Satan. But he's never going to have any more than this. And his whole system's about to collapse in our lifetime. So when I saw he died at 72, Robbie Coltrane, I have to look into Jesuit numbers. It's one of the first things I learned. Shout out to Zach in a slight way. He did teach me about the Jesuits. I didn't know anything about the Society of Jesus. Didn't know anything about the popes. I learned a lot from him, and Pope codes have helped me grow. So I'll give him a shout out for that, even though he blames everything on the Jesuits, which is giving too much power to man. But when I saw that Robbie Coltrane died at 72, I was like, okay, Pope Francis, it's going to be about him, his numbers. So he became the Pope on the 72nd day of 2013. And Jesuit order in Gematria, guys, is 72. Brady, who won Super Bowl 55, he did that on the 7th of February, which is 7-2, and he won't win another one for all you people out there who think he will. Although the numbers here are all Brady numbers as well, because he's so synced with the Pope. I'll get to that. But I don't think it necessarily indicates Brady's going to win it. But there's a lot of Brady numbers for him to go 8-3 with this guy's death. And I've told you now that Christmas Day is a pagan celebration. Santa is an anagram of Satan. And Christmas Day, of course, is on a day leaving 6 days left in the year, 359th day of the year. And 359 is the 72nd prime. 72 is huge, guys, when you break down the 72 demons. That's really deep. You should look into the 72 demons. It's very, very interesting. I'm not going to do that. I could do a whole video, but you should look into that yourself. It's the Ars Goetia. It's 72 demons. That's why Pope Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of the year, in my opinion, because he is a demon. So Pope Francis was born on 12/17, December the 17th, which is Saturnalia. Saturn has 7 rings, just like Brady. And 12/17 is the 199th prime number, like Brady was the 199th pick in the NFL draft. And Robbie Coltrane died on the 199th day of his age, which is interesting. And 199 is the 46 prime. Remember, Tom Brady equals 46. He retired 46 days after the Pope's birthday. Catholic equals 46. It's why LeBron James is 4-6 in NBA Finals, and he's not coming off that, in my opinion. That's why we have the 46th president right now, Biden, the second Catholic president. The first Catholic president of the US was JFK, who died at age 46. And Coltrane, he died on 46 date numerology. 10 plus 14 plus 22 is 46. 199th day of his age, the 46 prime. If these people are actually going, I've said this, so I don't know, do I? If they are going on the date that's reported, I don't believe they are, but if they are, then maybe we all go out by a code. I just don't think most of these people die. I think they blur the lines. I think some of them do. I think others don't. I think others, they tell the family that they've died and then they get new identities. I think it's just so blurred. That's why it's very hard to get to the bottom of it all. Did this guy die? I don't know. I'm just going to present some interesting numbers. So his name, Anthony Robert Macmillan, OBE, equals 112 in gematria. The Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Catholicism equals 112. The basilica was struck by lightning twice on the 11th of February. And remember, Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt. And they say lightning strikes twice. That's why the Tampa Bay Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups, and now Brady's in Tampa. So he died on a day, leaving 78 days left in the year. The word Jesuit equals 78. It's the year Kobe was born. And there's 263 days between Coltrane and Pope Francis's 2022 birthdays. Remember, Pope Francis's upcoming 86th birthday is one day before the World Cup final, which is very interesting in itself. 263 is the 56th prime. Pope equals 56. Society of Jesus also equals 56. And Coltrane's most iconic role was Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter film series. Undeniably. And Rubeus Hagrid equals 133. Harry Potter equals 133. The lowest scoring Super Bowl in the history, the Patriots won 13-3, where Brady won. Francis became the Pope on the 13th of March, 13-3. Just, again, I could do a whole book with the Brady-Pope connections. And then we have this. Coltrane died a span of 43 weeks and 1 day after the Pope's birthday. And 431's the 83rd prime. Brady born on 8-3. If he wins the Super Bowl, I don't think he does. He goes 8-3. 83 is connected to the word murder in gematria. Murder equals 83. 83 is the 23rd prime. It's Brady's 23rd season. And Coltrane died 2 months and 3 days before the Pope's birthday. 23 is the 9th prime. Pope Francis became the Pope in 2013, 9 years ago. Brady's last Super Bowl was Super Bowl 55, where the Chiefs could only score 9 points. It was 31-9, connected to Derek Chauvin, who was born 319, who killed George Floyd. And then remember, Brady retired 319 days before the Pope's birthday. 31 plus 9 is 40. Brady came out of retirement 40 days after he retired. Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights. Why the World Cup's in Qatar, the Middle East, connected to Jesus. And 9's the number of completion, as it's the last single-digit number. So ritual complete for Robbie Coltrane. And it's funny, he died right after I did a code on my website for Chelsea in the Chelsea Villa game on Sunday. Right after. And who's the coach for Chelsea? Graham Potter. And I've said he went there in a Queen ritual, did Graham Potter. And he's connected to the Harry Potter saga. And there's 7 weeks and 2 days between Coltrane's birthday and Graham Potter's. And remember, Coltrane died at age 72. Graham Potter was born on 5/20, and Queen Elizabeth's funeral was 520 days after Prince Philip's. Chelsea are massively synced with the royal family. Again, we all know about the lions, and Chelsea have the lion in the logo, just like England. It's why John Terry played for Chelsea, Villa in England, all with the lions. It's very deep when it comes to that, guys, when it comes to the lion. Biblically, it's absolutely wild. It's really interesting stuff. Zlatan calls himself the lion, doesn't he? He really irritates me, Zlatan. So the lion also connects to Babylon. So does the eagle. And that's connected to Freemasonry. Because ancient Babylon, it used a lion with eagle wings as its animal symbol. It's really deep. It's why Beckham has that big eagle tattoo on his back. So Babylon, I think, is just basically London. I think when shit really hits the fan next year, it will be England that gets destroyed before any other nation, unfortunately. But we know the lion, it's a well-known animal symbol in Britain. And Britain was an empire, wasn't it? The British Empire. Where I live, I'm not going to say exactly where I live, but I'm surrounded by lion symbolism. Then you have the Lion King, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. There's something deep with the lion. It's the king of the jungle as well, isn't it? Is the lion. Yeah, I've seen LeBron's chest tattoo. It's the Baal. He has the Baal tattoo on his chest. So I was speaking today with my mate, Benji, and he was like, what if these celebrities are told you have to get these tattoos and they have no say in it? I didn't agree with him, but maybe they're saying, hey, Beckham, get that tattoo. Hey, Beckham, you have to say this. You have to have that hairstyle. You have to wear that dress. And they're being completely controlled and he just does it. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But same with the symbolism, people saying, illusion, what if they're being told by the agents to celebrate like that? And it's part of like their contract. There's a chance, I highly doubt it, but there's a chance. You've got to be open to every possibility doing this. The Jesuits beat God into you. Maybe. 35 squared is Christmas Day. 35 times 35 is 1,225, which is Christmas Day's date. Satan gets you 35. Ronaldo right now has 700 goals in 20 seasons, and 700 divided by 20 is 35. It's a really, really, really big number. JFK was the 35th president of the US. The word Catholic's 35. Hello, 6079. It's not morning for me. It's actually afternoon, but whatever it is for you, good morning, evening. I'm losing track. The lion is Leo. Think about Leo Messi, the goat. Leo Messi, the lion. It's really deep how all this is being done. I call my dog a shite guard dog and also a lion. She went this year in the year of the lion, and I've not called her that for years, but I guess we do have magical ability. I think we're all little magicians. Harry Potter is basically all about magic, isn't it? For me, Tana's magic exists. And for anyone who doesn't know this, please do your research, study the Baphomet, who these people worship, or at least it looks like they worship them through the symbolism. J.K. Rowling, J.K. like joke, she never wrote any of the Harry Potter movies or books. She has the Baphomet tattoo on her wrist. All right? Check it out for yourself. She has the Baphomet tattoo. Says it all, doesn't it? To be honest with you. And J.K. Rowling is a bloke, number one. And she's in the news today. J.K. Rowling criticizes bearded men defining what a woman is in row with Billy Bragg. Billy Bragg? Is that really someone's name, Billy Bragg? Is it? Author was responding to the singer's tweet that said the media should talk to trans teens instead of amplifying the takes of a celebrity. So, again, J.K. Rowling's just fulfilling his role on the world stage. J.K. Rowling has a lot of fans. A lot of kids look up to J.K. Rowling, even though she never wrote one word of the Harry Potter books. So J.K. Rowling's attacking bearded men. So she might be coming for me. Bragg tweeted a video of Graham Norton being interviewed at Cheltenham Literature Festival this week, in which he said cancel culture was people correctly being held accountable for their words or actions. Again, in the world, you should be able to say whatever you want. Actions for me is slightly different. When it comes to actual words, you should be able to say whatever you want. And if that person can't handle it, that's their problem. That's how I've always seen it, in my opinion. Actions in regards to physical actions, you can't just go up and punch someone in the face, shoot them in the head. But if you have a bit of banter with them or you call stuff out, you should be able to do it. If they're getting emotional about it, you're probably right in what you're saying. That's the reality. So this Norton is nothing but a joke. Graham Norton, another female, very irritating as well. It's just pushing all these agendas. And John Cleese is getting involved now because they're all on the same team, which is Team Lucifer. So this is J.K. Rowling's tweet. very much enjoying the recent spate of bearded men stepping confidently onto their soapboxes to define what a woman is and throw their support behind rape and death threats to those who dare disagree. You may mock, but it takes real bravery to come out as an Old Testament prophet. Again, none of these truly believe in Jesus, or if they do, they're against him. A lot of these celebrities claim that they're believers of Jesus. Again, J.K. Rowling, philanthropist. Anyone who has that title, who's a celebrity, is a Satanist. They're not. She wrote, what, 7 volumes? Has it been 7 Harry Potters? And she was supposedly a failed author, and she was going to take her own life, and she was in debt. Yeah, again, either that's bullshit, or she's got to that lowest point and then literally being willing to do anything to become famous. She was born, by the way, the 31st of July 317, the 66 prime. The Church of Satan was founded in 66, and 66 date numerology is when Robbie Coltrane died, 10/14, 2022. Add up those numbers, you get 66. So was Robbie Coltrane's death connected to J.K. Rowling? Do these people sacrifice loved ones? We'll never know. Did he die? I guess I'll never know. And probably none of us will know. Yeah, J.K. Rowling is 119 and 47, huge numbers. The ability to talk freely is what makes us human, 100%. It's huge. Once that goes, then you're no longer basically human. You're a robot. And I've read multiple Satanists basically say, and it's in the Church of Satan belief system, that they believe humans are below animals because we actually have the ability to talk and make decisions, and we're not completely like just one-dimensional, yet we make so many foolish decisions. So they see, Satanists see us below animals because of that. Hello, Devil's Playground, baby. You're going to drop your decode. Go for it, Joseph. I appreciate that. Harry Potter 155 and 56 in Bacon ciphers like coronavirus in ordinal and reduced. Remember, the 155 is really big. Claydex simulation exercise was the 15th of May, 15.5. Operation Warp Speed, rushing out the vaccines, pushed by Donald Trump. That was 15.5, 2020. Kobe Bryant got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame by the GOAT Michael Jordan, 15.5, 2021. Like you said, coronavirus gets you 155. Tom Brady won Super Bowl 55. The Bucks ended that season with a 15-5 record. The 155 is clearly big, and it's a master number in numerology. It's 11 because 1 + 5 + 5 is 11, and the 15 connects to 5. I think I'm getting sick for sure because it's the 5th triangular number. 3 times 5 for your 35 is 15 as well, and 1 + 5 is 6. Yeah, it's just, again, speaking to my mate this morning, we were like, whoever's running this realm, if there is an entity running it, they're pretty humorous and they're pretty funny. He was saying how his wife was like, you're going down the rabbit hole, everything's satanic to you, everything's dark. And he's like, nah, it's funny. Like, again, if I watch these headlines, I laugh now. It doesn't offend me anymore. I laugh at how outrageous it is. Like last night in the Brentford game, where that Ivan Toney, 2 male names, who's come from nowhere to now maybe going to the World Cup. Look at all his tattoos, break down his tattoos, do a whole live on it. And he's just made it 20 penalties out of 20. He did that whilst giving them a 2-0 lead, like 20. He's scored 20 goals since last season began. They had to do all these 20. There were demons 20. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic the 71st day of 2020. 71, the 20th prime. The list goes on. Kobe died in 2020. A lot of stuff happened in 2020 that gave me my 2020 vision. They were talking about, for 15 minutes, him scoring a penalty. for 15 minutes. Jamie Carragher, because I was with my brother, I bought him chips and curry sauce. He had the game on. He still bets and all of that. He don't bet a lot, like a tenner a game for another 10. And for 15 minutes, they were able to talk about a guy scoring a penalty. So there'll be some ritual with that penalty. Maybe he goes to the World Cup and misses one or something. They said, we've got to put him on the flight because he can take pens. Every pro footballer should be able to take a penalty, especially for your country. All right? Put the ball down, pick a corner, strike it. The keeper makes a world-class save. Fair enough. But we're like, he's got to go on the plane because he's good at penalties. Really? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense, to be honest with you. I'm like, I can't watch these games. I can't wait to get back to Mexico where I'm just completely away from it all. So you got the pubs out here, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? There's like 15 TVs in a pub. Can't get away from it. Mexico, I am sure I don't go those type of bars. And they don't really show soccer out there. It's more baseball and basketball and NFL. All right. Funny how the Rugby League World Cup starts on the 15th. Yeah, it's big. 47 is the big Freemason number. It's the 15th prime. The Illuminati were founded the 1st of May, 15. Gamekeeper equals 86. Robbie Coltrane, 86. I told you his death's connected to the Pope, who turns 86 this year. Remember, Argentina won the World Cup in 86, and Francis is from Argentina. 317th Day Magic release. Brilliant. 66 prime. Michael Jordan, 6-6 in NBA Finals. Played for the Chicago Bulls, who were founded in 66. The NBA was founded on the 6th of June, 6-6. Like, come on. Kobe Bryant was 6'6". The mockery is off the charts, to be honest with you. Like, there has to be a reason why the Church of Satan was founded in 66, the year England won the World Cup. It had to be that year and that date, April the 30th. Remember, Hitler was born 420, died 430. 10 days after his birthday. Satan equals 10. Adolf Hitler equals 56. Church of Satan equals 56. Hitler died at 56, who was just a character on the world stage. That's all he was. And he was also Walt Disney. Tony scored 2 for his 55th goal and his 100th appearance for Brentford in their 10th match of the season. That's correct. 100, the square root is 10 times 10. And 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. Satan, 55 and 10. So that Tony's obviously done something to get to the next level of Freemasonry or Satanism, to be rewarded with what's going on this season with him. Like I said, he was at Peterborough, and now he's dominating the Premier League. And I'm pretty sure in the league, it's got like Bournemouth, Brentford, and Brighton all in line with each other, BBB, which is you build back better. And I saw it on a bus yesterday. I was going for a walk, and it had a BBB with Bradford. I was like, oh my word. Something like build back Bradford or something. I was like, that's just a joke for your BBB. Liverpool will beat City 4-3 and Newcastle will beat United 5-2. I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. If that happens, congratulations. If you have Liverpool beat City and United lose to Newcastle, congratulations for calling that. I don't know why you're calling those scores, but again, maybe you have a decent reasoning behind it. If you feel confident, go for it. I'm still leaning City in a tight game. I've seen all the stuff for Liverpool, and I know Van Dijk's home record and all of that, and how Liverpool don't lose at home. At some point, they're going to lose. And what better team to beat them? The best team in the league. If Liverpool win that game, then just stop watching the Premier League. Suppose they've got all the Trent's injured and Diaz is injured, who's their spark now, who's their energy up front. And then I think Matip is out. Thiago's out. If they somehow have Liverpool pull off this miraculous victory, and then Klopp said, "Will we step it up against the big teams?" and there's some nonsense speech, I'll I'll call it out for what it is. But in reality, City should be going there and beating them to get to 26 points. And if they don't win this game, if they lose it, they for sure win the next one. City will get to 26 points. And I think it'll be against Liverpool. But there's not much going on in the Premier League today. There is a sniff that Spurs don't win. There's some numbers to suggest Spurs don't win. They're big favourites at home against Everton. But I've seen some numbers that make me think maybe Everton double chance at plus 150 is a better bet than Spurs money line at minus 200. I would rather do this if I bet, which I don't. If I have a code for a dog and it's better than the one for the favourite, and I can get plus 150 on the team not to lose, or get the favourite at minus 200 whose code's not as good, I'd be out of my mind to go on the favourite. So it's the late game as well. Again, who knows, guys? Don't call me out on this. I'm not a guru. Spurs could win 7-0 for all I know. I've just seen some really interesting numbers where I don't think Spurs win. Could be a draw, but again, I don't know. I haven't gone super deep. I'm just going off the league table, really. And a few other syncs that I have with Harry Kane. Liverpool have 7 players injured. Yeah, we know all the 7s with Klopp, don't we? And you've got to ask yourself, are they injured? Are they injured? I don't think so. What about when Salah came off? Was it in the FA Cup final after 33 minutes, 33 days after Klopp's birthday and 33 days before his? Something ridiculous like that. With Salah, all the 33s, and then they won the FA Cup 33 years after the Hillsborough disaster. Did he really get injured at that time? Did he really get badly injured against Madrid when number 4, Ramos, injured him and he did his shoulder and they said he's not going to the World Cup, and then he was fine, played every game? Like, I just don't know if they know. I feel like at that point they do know. You're Egyptian king. I know that I'll never be able to prove if they know or not. Hello, Charlotte. How you doing, baby? Van Dijk unbeaten in 68 home games, like how their streak ended at 68 games 2 years ago. Yeah, didn't it end against who ended that streak? Was it Man City? Man City beat them 4-1, didn't they? The day of the Super Bowl. Brady won it. That's why Gundogan missed that penalty and he skied it like a field goal. It was just mockery, to be honest. That whole game was mockery and connected to the Super Bowl. They played it an early game, I think, and it was 4-1. They got battered, did Liverpool. And it's not about ability, as you know at this point, if you follow my work. It's not about talent. It's nothing to do with talent at all. Manchester City FC 89, that's the 24th prime. If they draw, they're going 24 points. I think England will lose to Samoa today. Big call, mate. Hagrid dead 83 days after Harry Potter's birthday. Wow. Wow. Great find. Because he died a span of 43 weeks and 1 day after the Pope's, the 83rd prime. And now you're telling me he died 83 days after Harry Potter's birthday? That's fantastic addition. Am I getting sick? What is up with me? I think just for this 4.5 weeks, I've been relentless doing things. I'm surprised I haven't got actually sick where I've been bedridden for a day. Better not come night before I leave. Well, some people say it's 68 matches. Some say it's 69. That's where it gets a little bit frustrating now. Because it makes a huge difference. A huge difference. I'm being told 68, 69. I'm trying to figure out why some websites say 69 and some say 68. Because it can't be the Community Shield. That's not played at Anfield. So I don't know what it is. But either way, from what I've seen, I don't think Liverpool win. Just like I said, they weren't going to win against Arsenal. When everyone told me Liverpool beat Arsenal, I was like, no, they're not. They're not beating Arsenal with the numbers for Arsenal. The odds are interesting. I thought City would be bigger favourites. They should be, if it was legit. In reality, they're 13 points ahead of Liverpool, who struggling to beat mediocre teams. City are dominating. They should be, I don't know, not 5-6. Pope died October the 11th. Which Pope are you referring to? Tobin swinging in, baby. It was Burnley. Oh, yeah. Was it 1-0? Was it 1-0 with Burnley? Sean Dyche, who stayed at Burnley for 10 years and then lost his job. What, you're saying the Pope's already dead? Hey there, Tobin, baby. Hope you're well. Liverpool haven't lost a home game in front of a crowd in about 5.5 years. Yeah, there's something deep about it, isn't it? Like, what's the ritual there? It's definitely got to be some numbers behind it. But I know people say all of this, that fans can be the 12th man and all of that. And to an extent, I agree. You can get energy from the fans, but they can also be detrimental to you when you're playing bad. It can actually have a negative impact on your performance. So my whole mindset is this, and people may disagree, but this is my mindset, is if you're a really talented footballer and a really talented team and a really talented coach, and you tick every single box, it shouldn't matter what's going on around you in the stadium. It's like, oh, well, this team's so good at home, but they can't win an away game. Why not? Why not? Like, if it's 11 versus 11, or I don't know, maybe 15 against 15, if you bring on 4 subs, or 16 against 16, whatever it is. My whole thing is, I've played on so many pitches, fields, stadiums, whatever it may be. It doesn't affect my performance. Just go out there and play football, unless you're playing on like a dirt field, or you're playing on sand, or this, that, and the other. There's like holes in the pitch. These top stars are playing on carpets, perfect pitches. It's like a team can like win 9 in a row at home and lose 11 in a row away. And it's like, what? Because they're away from home. Again, same with on a basketball court. Forget about everything around you. You're on a basketball court. It's the same dimensions pretty much. The same rules, nothing changes. The better team should win 9 times out of 10, unless there's injuries or sending offs or whatever. It don't make sense to me. Oh, but they're away from home. And especially when you learn the knowledge now with the numbers, it makes no difference. It's the ritual, the numbers behind it all. But you get what I'm saying here? So, yeah, Liverpool not getting beat at home. Why? Because Anfield's a fortress. All that nonsense they come out with. It's nothing to do with that. Somebody's controlling these outcomes. It's not Man. It's not Van Dijk or Klopp or Alisson or Salah that's dictating these results. It's not. It's supernatural. And when you realise that, it changes everything. But I do think the stars at the top know. They know somewhat what's going down. Not all of it, but they're aware of how it's all being fulfilled, in my opinion. What else have we got? Once you've played at a decent level and learn how to win a football game, you can win anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I see it. That's how I see it with the majority of sports. There's certain things, like you might say golf, like people, I'm better on this golf course and this, that, and the other. There's certain sports where I can see where it comes from, but these football fields, man, just go out there, play football, let the best team win. Shouldn't matter whether you're playing in Manchester or London or Newcastle or the weather or whatever it is. If you can play football, best team should win nearly every game. Harry Potter first movie premiered on Prince Charles' birthday. Or do I say King? Yeah, I'm getting in the habit of still calling him Prince Charles, Prince of Wales. It's King Charles, and he won't be king for long. He won't be king for long. All right, I think what have I got? I've got 8% battery. I've covered Robbie Coltrane. I don't think I've got much else to say today. I will say this: thank you to everybody that I've met since I've been back. Family, friends, people I've never met before. I've had a wonderful time here. I appreciate you if you're in the chat and I've met you. It's been fantastic. What have I got going on now? Oh my word, Joseph, I just looked at my clock. It's 2:22. Just unbelievable stuff, Jeffrey. Yeah, I got this gathering at 5, meeting Amy at 8. Oh, I've got to do my washing. I could do with resting for 30 minutes as well. I didn't sleep very well last night again. 962 country code of Jordan, 269, the 269th day, England's pound lost 5% from Prince Harry's birth to the first Harry Potter and 269 days. The Harry, what's the Harry, guys? Harry Potter, Prince Harry, Harry Kane, Harry Maguire. What's the Harry? This summit with Harry. We know Prince Harry is not actually called Harry. You know that, don't you? His name's Henry. There's something with Harry, and I've not figured it out yet. But there's something deep with Harry. Maybe we can figure it out along the way together. Yeah, 222, baby. When Robbie died, he was 2 and 4, 9 days old, which is like 248. Kobe and 69. Indeed, mates. Leicester Palace draw. Thomas Lockwood called it. Leicester Palace draw. He just... Yeah, you did, mate. Fantastic work. Leicester Palace draw. Probably going to be a lot of draws today. Pure energy harvesting because people don't bet on draws. Before I go, I'm going to leave you with this. I've not shared it yet. Edge, you know Edge from WWE, who won the Royal Rumble the year Brady won the Super Bowl. Was the oldest person to ever win the Royal Rumble. Brady, the oldest quarterback. It's all synced up. Wrestling was in Tampa. WrestleMania was in Tampa, and Super Bowl was in Tampa, won by Tampa. So WWE Hall of Famer Edge, who always does this all the time. He's been signed to co-star in the Disney's Plus series Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I know loads of kids that are reading those books. Annoying. Walt Disney's your 666. Oh, yeah, I can't even show you. You're not going to see it, I don't think. Walt Disney's your 666. Edge always does that. It was part of the Brood. So people like Edge are a joke. So listen to this: the image of the beast, brain, internet, blood, electricity, and radio waves. This is how Satan's infiltrated the world. Eyes, ears, surveillance cameras, satellites, conscious mind. That's the World Wide Web, which is your www. W is the 23rd letter of the alphabet. 23 is the 9th prime. That's your 999. Ha is basically your quantum super PC. This is, again, how Satan's infiltrated humanity. Nervous system is the Ethernet cables. Your body or your outer body is all devices, which is basically cell phones, laptops, television, iPad, computer, video games, consoles, nanobots, and all of that. See how he's completely, basically destroying humanity through technology. He's creating his own world here where it's going to kill the old version, which was basically man behind it all, and now it's going to be technology. My brother put on Little Britain yesterday just for a bit of banter, and again, I could definitely do a video about Little Britain. The foreshadowing in that TV show, Men in Drag. If you have you guys seen Little Britain? Men in drag in almost every scene. Men dressing up as women. And the chav culture with the teenagers like Vicky Pollard. People pretending to be disabled and they're not. Like, I want that one. I want that one. Him who's not actually disabled. And then, I'm the only gay in the village. Him pushing all of that. And then there was a scene where the head teacher of a high school was a robot. And it said at the end of it, robots will control the world. Humans will never work again. and all of that. And they put it in comedy like they always do. And you hear the canned laughter, which is not real people laughing. But Little Britain, that TV show, if you're from America, you probably never heard of it, or Canada. Really popular show in England. The predictive programming and the foreshadowing there, which we all found entertaining, like I said, them dressing up as women. Think how many characters David Williams played in that show. And Matt Lucas, the bald guy who's played George Dawes on Shooting Stars, which is connected to Satan. Think how many roles they played. And if you actually, some of them you're like, okay, I can 100% tell that's Matt Lucas, that's David Williams, who supposedly swam the channel, which was, what a load of nonsense. What they can tell us that we believe. Did he do it for children in need? I'm sure. So you had to donate to him. Well, to the starving Africans, which is nonsense because they don't give any money to them. I've done videos about that. There's certain characters in the show Little Britain where you're like, whoa, that's actually David Williams? How have they done that? And I couldn't believe how many characters they both played. So why can't they do it on the world stage? If they can do it on a TV, in a show, why can't they do it on TV? Don't necessarily have to be a show, if you get what I mean. The whole world is a show. It is a game. Try and enjoy it as much as you can because it is a game. And there's a lot of comedy to be had here. But again, the amount of characters those two characters played and how different they were. They changed their accents, their mannerisms, their humor. Absolutely crazy. It is talent. Again, whether Lucifer gave them it or they're just incredibly talented actors. To be able to do that, why can't they do it on the world stage? Why can't they pretend to be a politician on the world stage? Or an expert? Or a scientist? Or a good football coach? Why can't they pretend it? They do it on TV shows every day where there's people pretending to be somebody else. Why can't they do it in real life? That's why I said, if I tell you that Hitler and Walt Disney was the same person, why you laugh so hard at that? Especially when I back up every single number. Why couldn't they have been? You never saw Hitler. Only when he gave speeches. Walt Disney was a private person. You never saw him. Exact same features. The date durations are off the charts. The history of Disney connected to the Nazis is off the charts. So people have to be really open-minded now. So I'm kind of glad he put that show on because it really did make me go. And was it funny? Yeah. Were there scenes from that show that made me giggle? Yeah. They're talented actors. They are comedians. But it's deep. A lot of truth is hidden in humor. It's always been the case. How many times do people like joke around with you, but they're being honest, where they're giving you shit? Oh, I'm only having banter, but they're being deadly serious with you. I'm not sure about those shoes, lad. Bit shockers then. Like, they're probably being honest, but they'll do it in a humorous way. What's the scene in HP and the Philosopher's Stone when Hagrid takes Harry to the bank for the inheritance? A lot of symbolism in that scene. Well, that Coltrane was really close with a young Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe. Look at the images. And I know he was only young when he came on the scene, Daniel Radcliffe. My word, was he a very feminine child. I played football against the ginger guy, Ron Weasley, and he was dreadful. It's absolutely awful. He was playing left back and he could barely run. Terrible footballer. I didn't really speak to him. I've never liked Harry Potter. I've not watched them all. I don't really like bullshit like Harry Potter. I thought Lord of the Rings was all right. But I've never been into like movies like that. I've never been into superheroes. Never really been into technology. But for whatever reason, Harry Potter, I won't watch it. Maybe watched half a movie of it or film. I ain't watching this bullshit. And the Philosopher's Stone, though, that's deep. And I'm sure if I watched it, I would reveal so much of the symbolism behind it, to be honest. Again, if I do get back into watching movies, it won't be to be entertained. or to be distracted and eat my popcorn. It will be to study them. It'll be to study them. But I ain't doing that in the near future. I won't be getting a TV. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's 68 games for Van Dijk, filtered out of the games he missed in the spreadsheet. Yeah, 68 is what I think it is. And we know how big that number is. 1968, 33 years before 9/11, 2001. Epcot is modelled after our creator. I don't know. Wizarding equals 666. I didn't know that. Image of the beast has been around as long as the Roman religion. I agree. Antichrist 68, Beast System 68. That's the year MLK died. Barack Obama 68. Italy won the Euros in 68. And then they just won it recently. 9/11 became the emergency dialing code for the US in 68. The construction of the World Trade Center began in 68. Coronavirus was coined the term in 68. Loads more things happened that year. It was a big year for whatever reason. Everyone hates watching movies with me because I'm always calling out symbolism and inverts. Yeah, I would recommend just watching it by yourself because, again, who are we to tell people not to watch movies? Think about back in the day before you were like aware of the symbolism. I only studied symbolism because of my book. I didn't really know much about it. I recognized quite a bit of it in wrestling, but I didn't know what it represented. Just like they're always throwing up symbols. Didn't know what they meant. I was like, it must mean something though. Didn't care enough to study it. If 3 years ago there was somebody like you, Tobin, who I love to bits, respect for you. If I was sat trying to watch a movie, oblivious to the symbolism, and you were there sat next to me, saying, look at the cross there, look at the square and compass, look at the devil horns, look at the all mocking tongue. I say, Tobin, shut up. If you don't want to watch it, get out. Trying to watch the movie. I'd be like that with you. Now, Tobin, I sit down and watch a movie with you and go, Tobin, you see that? You see the time he said that as well? I look at the timing when they say things as well. The length of the movies. Remember The Matrix? Lasted 2 hours and 16 minutes. And the director was born 216. And then you had Neo born 216 weeks before the Church of Satan was founded. That's the stuff I look at. So I'd look at The Matrix. I'd probably pause it at 2 minutes and 16 and go, what did they just say? That's what I would do, as in really studying it. So yeah, I could sit down with Tobin now and watch a movie and break it all down and pause it. Pretty much analyze it like they do in Sky Sports after a game, and they analyze it, and it's analyzing nonsense. It's repeating the same nonsense. They don't need to do that. Watch the game, piss off. All right, let the fans analyze it with their mates. We don't need to hear Neville and Carragher and Micah Richards and Thierry Henry and Lineker and Shearer ramble on about what just happened. We just witnessed it. Where they just repeat themselves. We just witnessed it. We saw the guy score a penalty. We saw the poor defending where he shouldn't have lunged in. Why are you having to show us the replay 15 times? Like, I don't know why people sit down and listen and observe it. Roy Keane says the same thing every time. It's embarrassing. Completely embarrassing. It's just they have their little roles that they play to balance each other off. And they make sure there's at least one character for everyone to relate to and connect with. And they have the little rivalries between each other, all by design. But I said they're all on the same team. That's Team Lucifer. What else we got? Ukraine seal is the same as the Sigil of Malik. I didn't know that. I know Ukraine War 68. Yeah, the date numerology is 68. So was World War I and World War II. They all had the 68 date numerology pure when they began. Black Panther release 216, Black Panther 666. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman, who supposedly died. Just out of nowhere. Got category 4 colon cancer out of nowhere. Again, I don't think he went. At all. And they told us he died at 42 and then changed it to 43 because people realised he played the role of Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. And we know in gematria that is a number. It is connected to racism, although it's more connected to the beast reigning for 42 months. So then I've literally got a screenshot where they said Chadwick Boseman died at 42 and they changed it to 43. How? How did they just change his age? That's not a typo, or it was multiple sources. I should have saved them all. They changed his age. Now, I've witnessed it numerous times now. They've changed people's date of births and their death age. I have a screenshot of Chadwick Boseman real birthday on IMDb before the change. Yep. Again, well, it's just got really windy. We don't truly know when they were born, but we can say, hey, they give us this date and they've changed it. We can do that. I can't say Chadwick Boseman was born on this specific date, but I can show you that he said he was born on this date and he died at this date and then they changed his age. I can show that. That's worthy of a 2-minute video in itself. They lied about his age, guys. Why? Because people got onto him. I've told you, I figured out the George Floyd thing. I won't say it was before everyone else, because I don't know. But I figured it out. Nobody told me that when they said he died and he got choked 8 minutes and 46 seconds, that's when the World Trade Center came down, 8:46. All right. And he was killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Twin City, Twin Towers. So I caught all of that. And then they changed it. They changed it to 9:29. It went from 8:46 to 9:29. I was like, I know why they've done that instantly because of my knowledge of primes. All right, it's 9:29 now, the 158th prime. When the Catholic Church were recognized the Jesuits, 15:8. Okay? So that's when I'm like, it didn't happen. You can't suddenly just say he knelt on him for that amount of time and then add X amount of seconds. If it was on CCTV, you should have seen instantly from when he put his knee on to when he took it off. It should be exact. You watch over it multiple times. Yes, you might be out a second, even though you shouldn't be, because it's all there for you on the CCTV that caught it all. And the woman filming it supposedly was an crisis actor. But no, they went from 8:46 and they completely changed it to 9:29. All coded. I was the one who said George Floyd was played by an NBA character, Steven Jackson. Said all of that the day it happened. Day after, Steven Jackson grew up with George Floyd. They were best friends. All right. Interesting. And by the way, Zuckerberg, last thing I'll say about you, I did this whole code about, I don't know if this is true, so probably shouldn't be calling you out. I did this whole massive code about why Washington would beat Chicago in a Michael Jordan and Kobe riddle. Told you Washington would play in Chicago. Michael Jordan played for Washington and Chicago 238 days after his birthday. Michael Jordan 238, Kobe born 238. They're all super synced. And then you're talking about it, that it was all a Michael Jordan Kobe riddle. You didn't say that before, did you? From what I've heard from multiple people. But whatever. Whatever. Huge ship with the owl of Minerva 153 on the side. What about Jamie Vardy? So connected to the Queen. He got released by Sheffield Wednesday, who are known as the Owls. That's their nickname, the Owls. They've got a big owl on the side of the stadium. So I've been there multiple times to Hillsborough. Could have signed for Sheffield Wednesday when I was younger, but I didn't. And Vardy got released, didn't he, by Sheffield Wednesday when he was 16. Wednesday is a big day. It's a big day. A lot of rituals go down on a Wednesday, which is interesting. Remember, all the days of the week are connected to certain planets. Can anyone tell me? I know this. Tell me what day Wednesday is connected to what planet. Most of you all know this if you know anything about astrology. What day of the week is Wednesday connected to? I can stay with 100% certainty that Charles Barkley's birthday used to be 2 days after Jordan. Now it's 3. There you go. From 2 to 3, like 23, like Jordan's number. Yeah, it's Mercury. It's not Venus. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire, pure desire. Venus is Friday. What is it? You got Monday's the moon. Lunes means lunar. And then you got Tuesday, which is Martes, which connects to Mars. And then Wednesday is like Mercury Day, like Mercury. Jueves is Jupiter. And then Vendredi Day is Venus, which is Friday. Saturday is Saturn. Sunday is Domingo, the sun. Again, no one taught me that at school. That should have been taught to me at school. That every day of the week was connected to a planet or the sun or the moon. Never got taught that. Never got taught letters and numbers are connected. And again, I've got nothing against teachers. I am a teacher technically still. The system's a disgrace what they teach us. Man, we should be at such a high level if we were actually taught the secrets of the world. Not have them hidden from us. 8:46 a.m. the 526 minute. The riot started on 526. That's phenomenal. Which riot are you talking about? Like the one that tried to push a civil rights movement, where the guy threw a brick through a window and he had a mask on or an umbrella. Literally just something off a movie, wasn't it? Where the bricks were already there the day before. It's already pre-planned. Adam is phenomenal. You have a great name there too, Adam. Shouldn't give us a woo. You want a woo? Woo! I do like I've always loved the name Adam. I really like the name Adam. Never had an issue with that name. Empoli can go 2-5-3 with a win. Somebody's messaging me now, Thomas Lockwood. Guys, I'm making all over. It looks like Empoli are going to win, guys, for 2-5-3, the 22nd triangular number. Get the second win. But I don't know. Don't know what time they're playing, but it looks like it. I'm an Adam. It's the best name. Love it. I love it. I'm named after Adam Faith. My dad told me. I've told you all this story. Faith. Last name Faith. He's a musician. Good looking guy. I was born on my father's birthday, father, son, named after Adam Faith. It's crazy, isn't it? I live in Cabo San Lucas. San means saint. If I was going to have a kid, I wanted to call him Lucas before I moved to Cabo San Lucas. You can't make it up. I was either Lucas or Alex was if I was going to have a boy. Man, I never really wanted a kid, but people asked me. I was like Lucas or Alex, and then I moved to Cabo San Lucas, which I'd never heard of. It's just glorious stuff, isn't it? When you actually break it all down and how organic that is to an extent, or at least I think it's organic. England nil, Samoa nil. Thank you for that update. Happy face, man. Sounds like a great game. I'm named after Adam Edwards. Don't know if you know him. Imagine that one day. The illusion becomes an icon. Would never want to be. And someone like, who you named after? Oh, Adam Edwards. Who? The illusion. Imagine, I remember him. Pretty wild, wasn't he? The philosopher. Yeah, him. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Empoli just scored. Wow, I just said that. Oh my god. Thomas Lockwood just messaged me and said, I think Empoli's win to become 2-5-3 because he knows I taught him it's the 22nd triangular number, 2022. And they just scored now after 11 minutes. And they can go to 11 points. Wow. This keeps happening, doesn't it? In a live, we say something and it happens. I'm still loving that Nunes one. Somebody did a code and said Nunes is going to score against Arsenal. And 30 seconds afterwards, somebody said Nunes scored. I was like, yeah, sure he did. Or maybe I checked it. I was like, what? Nunes? What? Maybe. And I think I actually saw it pop up right as I clicked on Sky Sports. Nunes goal. They scored half an hour ago. Bam. Let me have a look. Oh, They're 1-0 up. Yep. Almost half time. Yep. They're going to win because Monzil dropped to 3-1-6, which is John 3:16. Yeah, well, that's done then. Should have posted that. Well, it's not done. It's never done, Adam. Don't ever say that. If it stays 1-0, they're going to be on 9 goals, 11 conceded, 9-11 as well. This could finish 1-0 in the 10th game. Both teams' 10th game. It might finish 1-0. It might finish 1-0. Interesting. I won't be keeping an eye on it. I won't be keeping an eye on it. But I would not be shocked if that ended 1-0. I need to find Eve as a wife. I will never get married again. So I won't be looking for Eve. I don't think I've ever met an Eve. It would be pretty cool to meet an Eve, especially if she was beautiful and funny and open-minded and knew her numbers, baby. She knew her number properties. I've never met an Eve. I've met a few Steves. Ooh. Shout out to my mate Stephen Henderson, Steve-O on Twitter. Very good decoder. He's very passionate. It's Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. Yep. Bernie Mac, hello, mates. Floyd, yeah, I agree, full right. The guy who had the big eagle tattoo on his chest. They turned him into an icon, didn't they? It just showed you what they could do. A guy who supposedly is a character, so it didn't happen. Put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, committed fraud, was arrested multiple times, was a bouncer, got in lots of fights, did drugs, and he became a national icon, a global icon. Didn't he? They had you worship what supposedly is perceived to be like the lowest of the low in society, had the world worship him because he was supposedly choked to death. And his last 3 words, I can't breathe. Wow. Yeah, I think he was a global icon. If you go in many nations, they were worshipping George Floyd, and all over the world, people were doing Black Lives Matter and all of that, saying he didn't deserve it. And then they started writing nice stories about him, that when he was young, he was a great kid. He just had a difficult childhood and he was led astray. And yeah, there was murals of him everywhere, documentaries about him, people wearing T-shirts with his face on. Yeah, he was global. Oh, sorry. I know what you're getting at. The world's not a globe. I agree. You know what I'm saying. Universal, I don't know what you want me to say. That's why you're saying global, question mark. Yeah, the world's not a globe. Ain't going to get into that, but ain't a globe, is it? Yeah, I can't breathe off the charts, especially with that. What about the people I've seen? I don't know if you've ever seen the people with the I can't breathe masks, wearing them. Not even like, not out of mockery or anything. Wearing them just because they're so gone. They're wearing Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe masks. And it's like, wow, that is insane. If you're wearing it for banter, like, I would get it. I would say brilliant. That's pretty creative. But if you're doing it because you're just completely just gone. And oh, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm on 2%. I'm on 2%. England 2, Samoa 0. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get off. Got stuff to do. Let's leave on 33 likes. Beautiful number for me, anyway. I think it is in general. Take care, all right? I won't be able to do anything else for the rest of the day. I've got so much going on. Tonight, I might do some NFL codes for my community if I find the time for you tomorrow. But take care. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll speak to you all soon, hopefully. Great Thursday night call, Adam. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, I put out the codes. You don't have to always do what I go for. I ain't always right. But I'm right more than I'm wrong. But yeah, I appreciate the compliment. All right. Thank you. Take care. Much love. Better go. 1%.